I thought I'd start out with a little groundwork here. Um, Backing him up. I've taught him to move his hip right and left over when I ask for it. There's a lot of applications to this, but what I use groundwork for is to get them mentally with me before I step in that saddle. I want their entire focus to be on me. I've also taught him to side pass towards me, maybe for the mounting block or, lots of good applications for that as well. I think every horse should stand still while mounting. It's a safety thing. Too many horses move when people are getting on, and too many people get hurt and seriously hurt. So all of my horses are going to stand nicely while you get on. Noah, every time I bring him out, he is in the same mood. He's laid back. He seems happy. He's not in a hurry about anything, but he's definitely not lazy. He's not a lazy horse. I really, really enjoy working with him. Somewhere right around here, I'm going to put the reins over the saddle horn because I want to demonstrate how I've taught him to move right and left from my legs, to basically steer with my legs. So there I'm pushing him to the left with my right leg, moving him around that cone there. And then to the right with my left leg. I don't wear spurs. I don't train with spurs. Spurs, if a horse has to be ridden with spurs, they're not really trained. And of course, stopping off my seat. But back to spurs. Spurs can be used, and I do use them sometimes for refinement, just to get a much sharper response to a command. But I never stick them with spurs, or, I don't use them to ride or train as a rule. I just love his little jog, and he can jog really slow. I'm not asking him for that right here, but he does have a nice little jog. I've started working just a little bit in the last couple of days with lateral movement at the trot. So he's very new at that movement, but we're going to be working on that. He side passes so well now that I thought it was time to start that. He frames up nicely. I don't ask him to keep a frame that he doesn't naturally want to keep. This is where he likes to keep his head, and so that's kind of where I let him frame up. Here I've extended his trot out. He has, I think, he's a beautiful mover. And the stronger he gets, the better he gets, and the more balanced he is, and the better he feels. Nice little transition off my seat there to a walk. I'm going to push his hip into the inside and ask for that left lead. He knows his leads very well. From a walk or a trot, doesn't matter. And this horse is so fun to canter. He's got a very smooth canter that's just easy. I teach all of my horses, when I put them in a gait, that's the gait they keep until I ask them otherwise. So I don't believe it should be so hard to ride a horse. I see a lot of people, they're constantly trying to urge the horse forward, or keep the horse going, keep the horse going. Once we go into a trot, I don't use my legs to keep him in a trot. If I'm framing, I may use my legs a little bit to say, now just, keep moving forward into the bit. But canter, they know to keep that canter until I ask them otherwise. I had a girl out today, and we trail rode after this video. She's the one that videoed it. And I let her ride Noah, and I rode Rain. And afterwards, she's going back to NC State, so I said, would you like to take him out and play with him a little bit and canter him around? She said, yeah. She's not an expert rider by any means. She's pretty much a beginner. Look at that side pass. But anyway, she just had a blast with him and just really cantered the hair off of him out there. And he just did everything she asked. He just wants to get along. He's a good boy. And I'm just enjoying every minute of him, both on the ground and under saddle. He's very, very sweet and personable. I kind of went quickly into these movements here, but I've taught him to turn on the forehand and turn on the haunches, and just wanted to demonstrate the body control I have on him. Is he perfect at it? No, he's just learned them. But he has a lot of soft control. Normally I'll pause between a movement. And like I said, I kind of quickly went through this with him for the video's sake. But you can see he moves those haunches over when I asked him to, just from my heel. And when I teach a horse to back up, I teach them to carry themselves backwards. I'm not going to be dragging a horse backwards. So I have him lightly, I have the reins lightly, some light pressure there, and I've dropped my seat back, and he's moving back very, very nicely. And this is Noah.